Come on now, miss. Let's keep moving. It's on your right. Here.
No. No, I'm really in charge of this house.
Here we are. Good luck. She's all yours, sir.
Sophie Roy, I'm Detective Maurice Tremblay. Let's see. 21 years old, working at the Clarington for over a year. Husband?
I'm sorry?
Are you married?
No, not yet. I live with my mother. She's sick, so I have to take care of her.
No father?
No. It's always just been me and my mom.
All right, Miss Roy. I need you to tell me everything that happened, starting with this morning.
Au parc La Fontaine, les filles s'en vont et s'y promènent au bras des garçons. Tu les entraînes au cœur des buissons où elles étrennent l'amour en saison. Tu les enchaînes dans un tourbillon de vrais poèmes, car dans les frissons naissent toujours les plus belles chansons d'amour. Au clair de la fontaine, j'ai vu dans tes yeux mille couleurs. Quand la claire fontaine s'amusait au jeu de nos deux cœurs.
Vacuuming's done. Now just a bit of tidying up and I can go on break.
Longtemps de ce vieux parc, la fontaine, tu dans tes grands yeux, fuirais la plus belle chanson d'amour. Doux souvenir de ce printemps qui fit fleurir tous nos 16 ans. Chérie, dis-moi, te souviens-tu de cet émoi naissant dans nos âmes ingénues?
Good enough.
Au parc La Fontaine, comme il faisait bon, lorsqu'on lui-même laissait la chanson qui nous
Nothing like a
entraîne
well-made
dans
bed.
le vieux buisson, comme aux anciennes et douces saisons.
I'm guessing you've seen better days, but you're obviously still important to someone.
De vrais poèmes, car dans ces frissons naissent les plus belles chansons d'amour. La vie qui nous mène sous les vieux rameaux du temps passé, dans nos âmes ramène les
That's a lot of money to owe. Just what did you get yourself involved in?
La fontaine, le dernier frisson de ce poème, utile sans façon, est aujourd'hui la vraie chanson de notre vie.
Only menswear. Are you in town for a business trip, maybe? You brought your own mug? Well, I guess ours aren't quite as complimentary. And voila. Good as new. Only menswear. Are you in town for a business trip, maybe?
Have you heard about that nut house they want to build next door?
Yeah, it creeps me out. Imagine all the weirdos who'll start hanging around the hotel.
I can think of someone who'll feel right at home. Look at her, always glued to that gossip magazine.
Do you think she has any real friends? Or is it just Gracie, Joan, and Marilyn?
Well, when your own life is that dull, you need to get your excitement somewhere. Oh, did you see Rebecca come in this morning? She was wearing the same clothes.
Now, don't you think you're overreacting? This is exactly the kind of behavior Linda warned me about.
She's doing everything she can to break us apart.
Sophie speaking.
Hey, it's Beth. Do you think you could come up real quick?
Sure. I'll be right there.
You're right, you shouldn't.
Now I realize I've been blind. I was so in love with you that I didn't see.
What?
What do you mean?
Let's see what Beth wanted to talk about. I'm not sure how the children are affected by what goes on at a bar on a Friday night. But I'm no lieutenant, so... Hey, Beth.
Hey there. So, who's sleeping?
Sleep... what?
You were whispering just now on the phone, so I thought maybe Eugene or Bobby were napping in the break room again.
Oh, yeah, no. It's Jacques and Wendy. They were, in the middle of something.
Ugh, it's so awkward when they start making out like no one's watching. Get a room. We literally work in a hotel.
You said you needed me?
Oh, straight to business then.
Sorry, it's just a busy day.
I get it. It's been non-stop for me this morning too. Wanna guess why I summoned you here?
Did you see a mouse again?
You make it sound like that would be no big deal.
It would. Wouldn't it?
Well, what if it was a rat?
Didn't you tell me you were raised on a farm? Those little creatures shouldn't scare you.
Ugh, that doesn't make them any less disgusting.
So, is there one or not?
No. No rodent is involved, thank God. A nice gentleman decided it was time to redesign the lobby and helped us by knocking over that vase on his way out of the hotel.
That's it?
I would do it myself, but the last time I tried to leave the front desk, Bernard emerged from his lair to scold me about procedures and whatnot.
Well, we can't have the beauty of the Clarington Hotel take absence from her throne, can we?
Oh, the people would riot.
Bernard especially.
Bernard's hardly the people. Anyway, I have to get back to work. There's a mop in the supply closet next to Bernard's office, I think.
Thanks. I'll see you around.
Linda, Wendy's great at her job. Guests absolutely love her and...
Not just guests, apparently.
Oh, God damn it, Linda! I only like her because guests like her. Making sure guests are happy is my job, after all.
You don't seem to care whether I'm happy.
Listen, if Wendy wasn't doing her job, that'd be another story, but I can't just fire her without good reason.
What if she stirred up trouble among the staff? Would that be a good reason?
Curiosity killed the cat.
Oh, Andrew, hi. I'm sorry, I was just...
Spying on our manager?
No, I heard something, and I...
Hey. It's okay, I'm just pulling your leg. I'm sorry I scared you.
I'm not used to having people around me while I work.
Yeah, you're always working alone up there, aren't you? I actually think it's the first time I've seen you down in the lobby. Don't tell me you've been sent to clean up after the Valentine's Day ball.
Were you here Friday night to see the whole thing?
Yeah. They had someone in charge of the event, but she ended up crying alone in the stairwell, so I had to take over.
What happened? Did it really go so wrong?
It certainly didn't go wrong for the people enjoying the party, but for those sober around them, that's another story.
Good God. I'm glad I didn't have to be there. I don't know how you do it.
And I don't know how you handle cleaning up after other people all day. You must see plenty of weird stuff, right?
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you found in a guest room?
It's a bit gross.
Oh. I hope it's got nothing to do with bodily functions.
God, I hope so too. A few weeks ago, I walked into a room and found the trash can filled with cucumbers. Like, whole cucumbers. And some of them were carved, and I threw the whole trash can out that day. Don't tell Bernard.
I won't. Oh. I better go help Beth. It's hell here with the snowstorm.
It's okay. I need to,
Yeah, all right. Take care.
You too.
As if it wasn't enough having to deal with endless letters of advice from Raymond.
Raymond? What does he want?
He wants to lower room prices. Make sure the hotel stays accessible to everyone.
Oh, I can hardly believe you two are from the same family. In the States, He'd be sent to jail for this.
Bobby made it very clear he doesn't like anyone walking into his kitchen uninvited.
I'm sure the sales at working for
I'm really sorry about that. I'll have a word with our kitchen staff to make sure it doesn't happen again. Well,
Linda's been putting these everywhere lately. It's weird that Bernard allows it.
of course, of course. We're all grateful that your employer chose the Clarington for his stay, but... All right, yes. I'll speak to my manager and see what we can do. Was there anything else I... Yes? I beg your pardon? You want me to... all right. Yes, right away. Was there anything else I... Well, that sounds a bit excessive.
Ew. I better throw that away. A film roll. The guest must have dropped it when he knocked over the vase. Probably should return it to him. Now I just put the leaves back in the vase, and it'll be like nothing ever happened.
I understand, Mr. Ramsey. I wish I could make the snowstorm disappear. I really do, but sadly, that's not within my power.
Beth, who knocked over that vase?
Mr. Spade.
Mr. Spade?
Well, I can check with the airport and let you know when flights resume. Until then... Yes, I know. You've said that already. But... no, that's very unlikely.
So, which room are you staying in, Mr. Spade?
Well, you're welcome to speak to my manager if you'd like. I'm sure he'll be thrilled to talk to you. Well, for that, you'd have to talk to my manager's manager. Would you like to contact him?
Room 505. Great. That's on my floor. I can return that film roll without going out of my way.
Yes, certainly. So first I suggest finding a nice little corner where you can kneel down, all right? Then you clasp your hands together and think really hard about just how much you want the snowstorm to end. It may help to repeat his name, too. It's, God, G-O-D. I'm sure he'll be very sympathetic to your cause. Looking hungry, sir. No, I never dare. No, I'm dead serious.
This leak really needs to be fixed.
It's him.
I hope the weather doesn't make it worse.
Hello? Sir? Oh, well.
Hold it, please. Phew, made it. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Was it you who cleaned the puddle by the restrooms?
Was I not supposed to?
Well, Eugene asked us not to touch anything until he's repaired the leak, but it's probably safer this way. Someone could have slipped on it.
Which floor?
Oh, 6th. Thanks.
What's the big rush?
I need to bring this to our VIP guest, the one who rented the entire floor.
Oh, is it that British man I keep hearing about? Why does he need a bucket full of snow?
No idea. I don't even ask anymore. It's just the latest in a long series of strange requests.
What do you reckon he'll do with it?
Take a bath, maybe? Sometimes I wonder if he's just pulling an elaborate prank on me.
Can't you tell me who he is?
I've never actually met him. I always talk to his assistant. Only Bernard knows his identity. I do have a suspicion, though.
Oh?
But I'm not sure I should say it.
Can't you at least give me a hint?
Okay, let me think. Whew. Saved by the bell.
Hey, come on. Don't leave me hanging.
Let's just say I like to prolong the suspense.
Wait, is that the hint?
Who knows?
Fair enough. Have fun up there.
You too.
Mr. Spade? Mr. Spade? What is this?
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking. What can I do for you on this very fine day?
Beth, I need your help.
Sophie? What's going on?
I think Mr. Spade's stalking me while I work.
Really? I knew it!
You did?
I mean, I knew there was something fishy about him. He just has creep written all over his face, you know? How did you find out?
He took pictures of me. I found them hanging over the bathtub. He set up a kind of dark room.
Pictures of you? Doing what?
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but sometimes when I clean the rooms, I get a little curious and, you know, snoop through our guest stuff.
Sneaky. And Mr. Spade caught you in the act, I suppose?
Yes. I think we should call the police.
No, that's a terrible idea.
But
Sophie, that man has pictures of you running your hands through people's stuff.
But I didn't steal anything. I was just snooping, I swear.
I know, but say a client reports something missing, those pictures would put a big red target on your back.
I could always throw them out.
Yeah, not your worst idea, but you found the pictures drying over the bath, right?
Yeah?
I'm no photographer, but I've been in one of those dark rooms before.
You have?
Yeah, I modeled for a while. Anyway, what I'm getting at is, those pictures were developed recently, but it doesn't mean there aren't more elsewhere.
Well, I didn't look through the entire room, but there is a safe here.
I bet you anything there'll be more pictures in there.
Do you have the safe combination then? I'm pretty sure it's locked.
Give me a minute. Merde. Those idiots.
What?
I can't find the combination list. The night staff's probably lost it again. Anyway, we always ask that clients write down their code somewhere so they don't have to call reception a dozen times. Maybe you can have a look around the room, and I call you if Mr. Creep comes back. You know, so you can get out of there in time.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, it's nothing.
Oh, and Beth?
Mm-hmm.
Please keep this between us.
Of course.
You are going back to my cart. That's rough. How are you supposed to support yourself when no one will give you a job or a place to live? You're pawning off your possessions? What do you need the money for? remember this sale. I picked up that new winter jacket for Mom. Harry's diner, too. Were we ever there at the same time? You didn't strike me as much of a doodler. Beaver Lake? That's where I took Mom skating last month. Why is this up here? These look like numbers. Sort of. These look like numbers. Sort of. X marks the spot, but there's no way this is just a treasure hunt. I just visited the oratory for the first time in years. This has to be a coincidence, right? Is this a floor of the Clarington? That's my schedule. Just how long have you been watching me? Morgan. Is that your real name? Why did you check in under Mr. Spade? Lindsay, did something happen between the two of you before she died? One man's trash is another maid's trash. I hope you aren't eating those beans. Request to move to 507. Why did you want to change rooms? Yeah, no surprise Bernard denied the request. Mrs. Beaumont's been here so long, we could probably just put her name on the door at this point. There's something on the back. Could that be a reminder for the safe combination? The storm must be getting worse. I hope Mom's not too bored without her TV shows. What do we have here? I'd forget my own head if I didn't write everything down. I guess we have that in common. You spent 10 years in a psychiatric hospital. And it looks like you left with a long list of diagnoses and prescriptions. Date of discharge, 1957. 57. "99th Infantry Division. 99. Is he here?
What? No.
Beth, you said you'd call if Mr. Spade was coming back to his room.
Oh, yeah, I did say that. Sorry for the fright.
Oh my god, Beth. I nearly had a heart attack when I heard the phone ring.
I didn't mean for it. I was just so caught up in the thrill of it all. I had to check in. Did you find more pictures of you?
No, I haven't. But I did find something else.
Yeah?
He's got a kind of yarn map of Montreal on the wall.
A yarn map? And where does it lead to?
Lots of places. Most of them I've visited recently.
Merde. What's the deal with this guy?
I think he may be using an alias. I found some evidence that points to his real name being Paul Morgan.
Well, he's certainly not the first man to check into a hotel under a fake name.
Is it really common practice?
It is, when the man in question is married, but the woman accompanying him isn't. Or at least, not to him.
Considering the state of his room, I doubt Mr. Morgan was expecting any visitors.
Did you find anything else?
seems to be in love with this woman who doesn't love him back.
You mean you?
No, someone else. I found lots of letters addressed to a woman named Lindsay, but she returned them all to sender, unopened.
Are you sure it's love and not obsession? Maybe he stalked her like he's stalking you.
I don't know. Whatever it is, I find it strange she didn't open the letters before sending them back. I would have had a look at them first.
Of course you would have. So, is that all you found then?
I'll know more once I open the safe.
Oh, so you found the combination?
Yeah, sort of.
I'm impressed. Well done, Arsène Lupin.
What?
Never mind. Don't let me keep you.
Okay, I'll call you back.
Yeah, you better. I won't call again unless Mr. Morgan returns. For real this time.
All right, thanks. That's a lot of film. How many pictures have you taken, Mr. Morgan? Okay, Sophie, you should probably put this down. Now. M and H. M and H. Who are they? Are they guests here? That was taken in the lobby. You're going through their trash? You really want to find out what M and H are up to, don't you? Why are you following them? And who's sneaking out at night? So many questions. This looks like Beaver Lake. Did you intend for me to discover your little dark room? Or did this just fall down? Another day, another dirty dish to pick up. Let's put those on the bathroom shelf. M and H. Maybe Beth could find them in the logbook.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking.
It's me.
Oh, hold on. Andrew. Andrew. Cover for me, will you?
What's going on?
Hey, Tintin. Just do it. Sorry about that. So, I take it you opened Morgan's safe? What was in it?
A journal.
His journal? Does he say why he's stalking you?
No, but it seems he's stalking 2 other people as well.
Oh, who are they?
They're guests. I don't know their names, though. I was hoping you could find them in the logbook.
Well, Snoopy, although it may seem like it, I'm not actually clairvoyant, so I'll need something to narrow the search. Do you know anything about them?
Mr. Morgan refers to them as H and M.
Well, that could mean a lot of things. It could be their initials, or, I don't know, husband and mistress.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, I'll need a little more to go on.
From what I can gather, it seems they're together.
Okay, so they must be staying in the same room.
Do we have a lot of couples at the moment?
Well, yes. It was Valentine's Day last Friday, remember?
Oh.
Oh, indeed. Would you look at that? There's a couple staying in room 509, Hector and Marcella Cruz.
Hector and Marcella. H and M.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
How are the Cruzes linked to me, though? I mean, why is Mr. Morgan stalking us both?
My guess would be that they're his real target, and you just got in the way somehow. Maybe he saw you snooping around their room.
When did they check in?
last Thursday.
I haven't been in 509 for over a week, so that can't be it.
Then I really don't know. Do you have room 509 on your to-do list by any chance?
I do, actually.
Then maybe you go clean it and have a little look-see?
Yeah, nothing unusual here. Just a maid cleaning a room.
That's my girl.
I'll call you if I find anything.
Just be careful, okay?
I will. I promise. I must have forgotten my keys in the break room again. I'll need my keys to enter room 509. I should probably check the break room. Come on, Sophie. That door won't magically unlock just because you want it to. I need my keys. Yeah, Linda's not exactly, my door's always open, come on in kind of boss. Shoot, it's locked. I guess I'll have to get Linda's master key instead. I've never seen two people more suited for each other. I hope they work things out. They need to. The way things go missing around here, sometimes it feels like the hotel just gobbles things up. Carol seems sweet. If I wasn't so bad around new people, maybe we could be friends. Welcome to our big, happy family, Carol. Oh, Andrew. I hope someone here shares your passion for reading. Eugene must be running around trying to keep the hotel. Last I checked, Linda's master key was in the locker room. Hypocrite bitch? What did Linda do? And to whom? There aren't that many people whose names start with a B around here. That'll do. I'll just have to make sure I don't forget to return it.
What is it?
Wendy? It's Sophie. Are you alright?
Do I sound alright?
No, I guess not.
Just leave me alone. I don't want to talk.
I don't mean to disturb you, but did you see who wrote that message on Linda's door?
What?
The lipstick message. Do you know who wrote it?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Please, Sophie, just go.
All right. Okay. This goes beyond constructive criticism. It's just a personal crusade. The handwriting is familiar. So is the colorful language. This shade of red, it matches the message on the door. I don't want to think of what could happen to Wendy if someone found these. Should I? I should be able to open 509 now. Back to the 5th floor.
Hey, you.
Oh, hey, Beth. On break already?
Sadly, no. I have an express delivery to make to the 6th floor.
Isn't that Jacques or Andrew's job?
Well, they're both busy, so... What about you? I thought you'd be in 509.
I'm heading up now. I just had to grab Linda's master key before I could continue our investigation.
Oh, I see. Well, this has been quite the day so far, hasn't it? I can't remember the last time work was this interesting.
Yeah, that's definitely one way to put it. That's not all, though. I was looking for my keys, and I heard someone crying in the bathroom.
Well, it's not a day at the Clarington if someone hasn't broken down in tears. Who is it?
It's Wendy. She's pretty upset.
Oh, any idea what happened?
I think Linda got to Jacques' head, and Wendy hit back by writing "hypocrite bitch" on her door.
Of course she did. It's been a long time coming. Linda's been treating her like her personal punching bag as of late.
Yeah, Linda's been pretty bad to Wendy. I'm not surprised she snapped.
Remember that day when Wendy came to work with that gorgeous perm? The staff, the clients, everyone complimented her. Then Linda came along and sent her right back home to straighten it out because her cosmetic choices were distracting the clientele. Ugh.
I'm not trying to excuse her behavior, but I think Linda's under a lot of pressure right now. It can't be easy, managing so many people with Bernard breathing down your neck.
You know, I don't know how you do it, Sophie. Maybe it's because my empathy only goes so far, but I admire that you're able to feel for just about anyone.
I think it comes from my mom. As a nurse during the war, she had to care for all kinds of soldiers, even enemy ones sometimes. I don't know if I'm quite at her level yet, though.
Don't sell yourself short. You're a very compassionate person, Sophie.
Thanks, Beth.
Well, this was a lovely chat, but I better see if Eugene is around maintenance. Hopefully he can help me find this thing for our esteemed guest.
Yeah, we both got a lot on our plates today.
I can't wait to find out more about our friends H&M. Take care.
You too.
Oh, I do have 506 next on my list. Should I pop in before checking out 509? Oh boy, someone's been living it up. Another fan of the gossiper. I never did finish that article from this morning. That feels like so long ago now. Not exactly a cherished gift, if you just left it behind like this. What's the story behind this? Getting into 509 will be no problem with the master key. Let's get to the bottom of all this. More work for poor Rebecca. Hang in there, Reb. Looks like someone had quite the shopping spree. No combination, no entry. I'll hold off on throwing this out just yet. The food's practically untouched. What were you apologizing for? And were you forgiven? Someone's been sleeping here. I should leave it as it is. Wow, you look like a couple out of a magazine. These pearls, they look absolutely gorgeous on you. Though, I bet you could make anything look good. This person looking for you back in Texas, was he really just a coworker? SW. Looks like you had a few appointments with him, Mr. Cruz. Or her. Cruz got her personal information stolen. Is Mr. Morgan behind it? Who could blame you for seeking help? I'd do the same in your shoes. These scribbles don't look random, but I can't figure out what they mean. These scribbles don't look random, but I can't figure out what they mean. Locked. It looks like the code is made up of 4 letters. locked. It looks like the code is made up of 4 letters. These symbols, they look oddly familiar. These scribbles don't look random, but I can't figure out what they mean. Looks like someone tore that note apart, but I'm missing some pieces. I can't make out what's written. Hello? Hello? Beth? Is that you?
Clarington Hotel reception desk.
Beth?
Sophie?
Did you just call me?
No, I didn't.
Then who called?
What do you mean, who called?
Someone just called, and they said nothing. All I could hear was static and breathing.
Whoa. The creeporama just keeps on going, doesn't it? Hold on. Hey, Archie.
What's up?
Give me a second, Sophie. Okay, so turns out Archie here patched a call through to 509 moments ago.
Did he recognize the caller's voice?
You think it might have been Mr. Morgan?
Yeah.
Let me ask. Okay, so it was a man's voice, but he can't be sure if it was our creep.
Did he notice anything else?
He says he heard a faint bell in the background. It sounded like the elevator's bell, so he assumed the caller was one of our clients.
You didn't see Mr. Morgan come back to the hotel, did you?
No. I understand why you're creeped out, but I don't see how he could possibly know you're in 509. I didn't say a word to anyone.
I know you didn't. Can you ask Andrew not to patch any calls here for a while?
Trust me, I will.
Thanks. I haven't had time to check all of 509 yet, so I better get back to it.
Oh, before you go, I have some more info for you. I was going over the details of our little mystery when I remembered something. About this morning.
What is it?
I saw Mrs. Cruz rush out of the hotel, all by her lonesome, not too long after Mr. Morgan knocked over that vase in the lobby.
Really? Do you know what time it was exactly?
I think Mr. Morgan left around 10, so I'm guessing between then and 10:05. What?
I remember hearing a loud noise on the 5th floor right around that time. Like a door slamming really hard.
Do you think it was her?
Maybe. Did you notice anything weird about her?
You mean, other than the fact that she was walking straight into a snowstorm?
Yeah?
Well, I've only ever seen her with her husband. It seemed unusual that she'd be leaving alone. But now that I think about it, maybe she was sneaking out. Or following Mr. Morgan.
Yeah. Hopefully I can make sense of all of this.
I'm sure you will. Call me as soon as you find something.
Okay. Thanks for the info.
reading this right? The account's been emptied. You don't see someone withdraw $5,000 every day. Just what could have made you empty out your entire bank account? The shade is really striking. Whoever wrote this is as much a reader as they are a doodler. Locked. It looks like the code is made up of 4 letters. It's some kind of code. Aha! I'll have to remember these. Oh, these symbols match some of the ones on the torn message. That's one of the symbols. That yarn map Mr. Morgan has on the wall of 505. Weren't there some peculiar doodles? Symbols, maybe. That yarn map Mr. Morgan has on the wall of 505. Weren't there some peculiar doodles? Symbols, maybe. That yarn map Mr. Morgan has on the wall of 505. Weren't there some peculiar doodles? Symbols, maybe. Yeah. I think these match the symbols on the papers I collected. That yarn map Mr. Morgan has on the wall of 505. Weren't there some peculiar doodles? Symbols, maybe. These are lovely. I wish you'd had more confidence in yourself. I'm sure I'll find more laundry to add to the pile. More of these symbols. Just what I was looking for. I should keep an eye out for those symbols. I will leave notes in the vent next to your room.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking.
Hey Beth, it's me.
Hey, so how did the snooping go? Find anything?
I did. I found a message written in strange symbols. A kind of secret code.
A secret code? Well, spill the beans. What did it say?
I will leave notes in the vent next to your room.
In the vent? Who the hell does that?
I don't know, but whoever the message was intended for went through a lot of trouble to hide it. It was torn in a dozen pieces and scattered in 3 different trash cans.
So the Cruises are keeping secrets from each other. Do you think one of them's having an affair?
I don't know. It really looks like blackmail.
Blackmail? What makes you say that?
I found a bank statement belonging to Mrs. Cruz. Her account was emptied very recently.
Ooh, that's interesting. But it could mean a lot of things.
What do you mean?
Well, people need their money, especially when they're traveling. Although I have to admit, withdrawing all of it does seem a bit strange. Is that all you've got to back your theory?
I also found a letter from some sort of company, Fernie and Weissman. It mentions a security breach.
Targeting the Cruises?
Just the wife. It seems some of her private information was stolen by someone.
A large withdrawal and a security breach? That can't be a coincidence. Maybe they got something on Mrs. Cruz. Something so bad she had to empty her bank account just to shut them up.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I see it, yeah. It could be blackmail for sure. Do you think Mr. Morgan's the blackmailer?
What if the Cruzes hired him to find the blackmailer's identity?
Well, if that's the case, he's pretty lousy at it. I mean, he's taking pictures of them, stalking them. I'd call that following the wrong target.
Maybe he hopes to catch the blackmailer the next time he gets in touch with them.
Maybe.
I'll go have a look at the vent that's mentioned in the message, just to be sure we're on the right track.
Yeah, good idea, Bean. I'm about to go on break, so if you need my help again, just ask Andrew to patch you through to the break room.
All right. Enjoy your break.
Oh, I will.
The message said next to your room, so it has to be a vent in the corridor.
Linda, I've been waiting for this all morning.
Me too. About Wendy. Did you hear anything?
Now's probably not a good time to disturb Bernard.
You didn't.
Can't open these without a screwdriver. Blocking the stairs seems dangerous. What if the elevator breaks down again? I might be able to find a screwdriver in the janitor's closet. Highest priority, huh? That means Eugene's probably working in Bernard's office right now. It sounds like Eugene asked Bernard to stop opposing the construction of the new psychiatric hospital. And Bernard was Bernard. Wait, Sophie, you don't need these. Be careful. It's a slippery slope. Shoot, no screwdriver. What's life without a little challenge? Huh, this must be Eugene with his daughter. He looks like a caring father. Oh, Eugene. I had no idea. Eugene's a pro at fixing the fuse box whenever there's a power outage. Wait, Sophie, You don't need these. Be careful. It's a slippery slope towards becoming a hoarder. Eugene must be down in Bernard's office. I should go ask him for a screwdriver.
It's, Miss Belivet, isn't it?
What? Oh, Roy.
Oh, right. You're the one who took last week off, aren't you? You had to, take care of your sister, I think?
Mother. My mother. She's very sick.
No, I hope this doesn't become a recurring thing. I need to know I can count on you.
I understand, sir.
What are you doing here, anyway? Are you on break?
Yes, I am.
Don't take too long.
No, I won't.
Well, don't you look mischievous. Hey, Bean. If you're planning to give Bernard a good scare, sign me up.
No, I'm looking for a screwdriver. For the vent. Linda asked Eugene to fix Bernard's window.
Oh, I see.
Eugene?
What the hell? You'd better go and take a look. I'll stand guard by the elevator, and make some noise if I see Bernard coming.
Okay, thanks. I'll be quick. Aha! Let's get you to that vent. Opposing something that could help so many people just because it's close to your hotel? This is ridiculous. So, I take it the open window was not an accident. Can't say I blame you, Eugene. With this blizzard, Bernard's office will be a skating rink by the end of the day. Best to avoid that. This does not look like a nice brotherly check-in. I had no idea things were this bad between Bernard and Raymond. Oh, Bernard. So close to doing something altruistic. Here you are holding it over your brother. What Bernard considers sinful debaucheries could fill an encyclopedia. Could be anything from wild parties to guests walking around with their ankles exposed. Well, just look at these distinguished gentlemen. And a young Bernard. Ew. Is this Linda's? Kinda wish I worked here when Raymond was in charge. Sounds like the hotel was very different back then.
Surely your break is over by now.
No, it's not.
I came by here not too long ago, and Andrew was already covering for you.
That's because I was in the ladies' room.
That's no excuse to...
It's my time of the month. You're married, aren't you? So you know how it is. I have to go more often, and sometimes I stain the furniture, and don't get me started on all the...
That's enough details. Miss Belivet, what were you doing in my office?
I was simply closing the door. Someone left it ajar.
Really? But that doesn't explain what you're doing on this floor. You know very well the cleaning staff isn't supposed to wander around the lobby for no reason. You wouldn't be lying to me, would you, Miss Belivet?
No, I swear,
It's my fault. I asked her to come clean up a mess I made. Spilled coffee.
Coffee? Oh, Miss Lambert, you're not supposed to have beverages at the front desk.
Yeah, well, there are so many rules here, I lose track.
Come with me.
Sorry.
There was a problem with the window, but as soon as Eugene fixed it. Now, as I was saying...
guess I'm free to disturb room 508 now. But that's where Bernard and Linda were. Ew. Meet me tonight in my room. Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking.
It's me.
Oh, hello, Bean. Anything new to report?
Yeah, but I also wanted to thank you for saving my skin earlier.
Oh, you're welcome.
I hope I didn't get you into too much trouble.
Well, I did get a little sermon from Bernard.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, don't fuss about it. He mainly complained about my lack of decency and my abrasive personality. So, the usual stuff, you know? He did keep me in there forever, though. So, tell me it was worth it. Tell me you found something good in that vent.
I found another message written in secret code.
What does it say?
Meet me tonight in my room. Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan.
Michael? Who's that? Another husband?
I don't know. It's the first time I'm hearing of a Michael in this story.
Let me check the logbook. There's a Michael staying in room 507.
Mrs. Beaumont's room? But she doesn't have a husband. She's here alone with... Oh! Michael must be her son. I got him some extra blankets the other day so he could build a fort.
Could Marcella...
Yes?
No, never mind. So, what's next?
I guess I should go have a look at 507, but it's not on my list. There's a do not disturb sign on the door.
Well, I could call the room to make sure no one's there.
Good idea.
Hang on. You've got the all clear, Bean. Head on over.
Thanks, Beth. I'll call you back. I saw this shade of lipstick in Marcella's room. Does that mean she was here? A lovely shade of lipstick. Mr. Cruz, huh? Numbers, dates, times. What does it all mean? You almost look like Marcella. So you were eager to set up a meeting, but didn't want anyone noticing. Did Marcella send this? Oh, Michael. Adults can be so confusing. I promise it's not you. Funny how some games really stand the test of time. I used to play this with Mom all the time. Sounds like this is from your school days, but the name of the sender is smudged. Aha! Keys are Snoop's best friend. Funny how some games really stand the test of time. I used to play this with Mom all the time. So a husband can abuse his wife and just get away with it? And people like Linda still think divorce is wrong? Ugh. I'll need another key to unlock this. Haven't I seen one just like this somewhere? Those few coins in my tip jar were getting pretty lonely. Aw, that's so sweet. I didn't do much, but I'm glad it meant something to you. That look in your eyes. What does it mean? And who is this from? Either a guest got a hold of our stationery, or this came from someone on the staff. All but outright threatening you. I hope you can stay as far away from him as possible. A lovely shade of lipstick. Looks like someone grew tired of looking at your face, Mr. Beaumont. That key looks so familiar. Why do I associate it with room 505? think, Sophie. Where have you seen a key like that one before? In a safe? Ah, there you are. With Marcella. God knows where she is.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking.
Hey, Beth.
Bean, I've been meaning to speak with you.
Oh, about what?
Well, a little birdie told me Mr. Morgan and Mr. Cruz had an argument yesterday evening.
Really? Who's your little birdie?
Jacques. Apparently it got so heated he had to get involved. And listen to this. It sounds like I was on the right track, 'cause he heard a particular word thrown around quite a lot. Wanna guess what it is?
Affair?
Bingo.
Did Jack hear anything else?
From what he told me, it seemed like Mr. Cruz was accusing Mr. Morgan of having an affair with his wife. Wouldn't have expected Mrs. Cruz to fall for a man like Morgan, but I guess the heart wants what the heart wants.
Maybe, but that doesn't explain Mrs. Beaumont's involvement with Mrs. Cruz.
What do you mean?
I found a chest in room 507. I think it can only be opened by turning 2 keys at once. I found one of them in Mrs. Beaumont's things.
Oh, and the other one?
Well, I remembered seeing a similar key in one of Mr. Morgan's stocking pictures, so I went back to check. Mrs. Cruz wears it as a pendant. It looks identical to Mrs. Beaumont's key.
Wait, so Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz own identical keys that are both needed to open a mysterious chest? Yeah, there's definitely something going on here.
I think Mrs. Cruz and Mrs. Beaumont might be the ones having the affair.
That's an interesting theory. Did you find any clues that might support this?
Nothing concrete. I mean, I did find a letter that suggests they may have gone to college together, but they could just as well be good friends, right?
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
I guess we'd know for sure if we could have a look at that chest, but I don't think I'll be able to open it. I've looked around room 509. I would have seen the second key if it was there. Mrs. Cruz must have left with it this morning.
Yeah.
We were so close. I can't believe it all ends here.
Well, hold on. I may have an idea. Get me a candle and some plaster, and maybe I can do something about that pesky chest.
How?
I'll tell you later. Just find me those things, and I'll meet you in the basement as soon as I manage to leave my post.
All right. Thank you for not giving up.
Come on, you know I wouldn't let you down.
Plaster and candles. Well, half the hotel's under renovation. I should be able to find plaster somewhere around here. Great! This takes care of half of this little scavenger hunt. As for the candles, doesn't Rebecca keep some in her locker downstairs?
told him fixing the windows should be his top priority.
Oh, I'd very much like to speak to him, trust me, but I just can't find him. He's nowhere to be found. Gone. Disappeared. I don't know what on earth is going on today. Because of that goddamn snowstorm? Or was there something in the coffee this morning? What do you mean? Well, the whole staff's completely off today. Huh? Other cars everywhere? When were they off?
So you do have a stash of candles. But where is it? I'm good. Maybe Bobby took some candles from Rebecca already. No candles, but this looks like the laundry room. That must be the location of Rebecca's stash. Oh, right. My keys are still in the break room.
Are you here to apologize?
Apologize? I'm not the one who should be apologizing.
You're such an idiot. I can't believe that I fell in love with you.
Wait,
What?
I want my mother's ring back.
There.
This is probably Beth's latest project. It's really cool how she has an eye for this kind of thing. Gotta hold on to these tight.
this a movie script? Stash uncovered. Reb, you won't mind if I just take one, right? Got a candle. Now, what next? Let's see if Beth is...
There you are.
I'm not sure I understand what the plan is here.
Well, when I was little, we had padlocks on many of the farm's sheds. My dad would always lose the keys, so one day he made a mold of them using wax and plaster. I was thinking of doing the same.
Are you sure it's gonna work?
Absolutely not. But hey, I guess we won't know until we try.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's do this. Okay, to start, we need to pour the wax from the pot. Have you done this before? You're a real pro. Now, time to put the key into the wax. Let's give it a few seconds, so the mold really takes form. Okay, I think you can remove it. Well, we're almost there. Just pour the cup of plaster into the mold. All right. Now we wait for it to dry.
How long do you think it's gonna take?
I don't know. I guess we'll keep poking it every now and then.
I bet you didn't think you'd be making a plaster key today, huh?
Indeed. But I like it. It's rare that this job allows me to use my creative side.
Your creative side?
Well, granted, this key won't end up in any museum, but I enjoy the occasional artistic endeavor.
Like drawing?
Oh, God, no. I once drew a dress that everyone mistook for a birthday hat. I never drew again after that. What about you? Haven't I seen you drawing in that journal of yours?
Yeah, I doodle a little.
Hey, you should show me one day. I'd love to see your art.
I wouldn't call it art.
Oh, I'm sure you're underestimating yourself.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm not.
All right, then. I won't insist. What do you like to draw, anyway?
It's kind of silly, but I've started working on this little comic in which I imagine my life as a celebrity.
A celebrity?
Yeah. I've always found the lives of famous people so fascinating, you know? And I kind of envy them sometimes. All the drama, the excitement.
Yeah, because we're really lacking in drama and excitement today.
Well, today's the exception.
I'm sure there's something else in your life that excites you.
Well, I do like sailing.
Excuse me? You sail? On a boat?
I used to, with my grandpa. But when he died, we had to sell the boat to pay off his debts.
Oh, that's too bad. I would have loved to go with you.
Maybe it'd be possible to borrow a boat for a day. I think one of Grandpa's friends still has his.
Really? That would be great. I just love trying new things.
I'll see what I can do.
Hey, look. I think it's dry.
I can't believe it worked. I could not have done this without you.
Yeah, probably not. Well, I should get back upstairs before Bernard notices my absence, if he hasn't already. Let me know how it goes with the key. Oh, and be careful while turning it, okay? You wouldn't want it to break inside the lock.
Yeah, I'll be careful. Thank you for everything.
No problem.
Be careful, Sophie. You don't want this key to break. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles. Huh. Marcella invited you to the movies. Let me guess. You said yes. Doris Day. That's an alliteration, isn't it? Doris. I-S.
named Greta. G.R. That novelist, Bridget Boswell, is actually you, Marcella? After all this, turns out you're a fan of Bridget? Of Marcella? That's a lot sweeter than I expected. There's a lot of stuff in here. I don't think I've looked at everything yet. I'm glad you were able to open up to Marcella like this. Everyone needs someone to talk to. An advance on my salary. So Marcella hired you. But what for? Oh, Lindsay's a man. Yeah, I guess it was presumptuous of me to think otherwise. Oh, Anne. Murder might be a bit much, but you deserve some kind of justice. I do like a happy ending. I just hope that's where your story is headed. Oh, so you came to Montreal under the pretense of celebrating your wedding anniversary, but all along, you meant to reunite with Anne.
let me get this straight. Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz are some kind of star-crossed lovers?
Seems like it, yeah. But I'm not sure whether they chose to meet here just to reconnect for a few days, or if there's something more to it.
Well, I may be able to help with that.
Really? How?
Oh, some mail arrived earlier for Mrs. Beaumont.
I wonder what's in it.
We could open it.
I mean, that's kinda illegal.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, too late. I've always known I would end up in prison one day.
So?
It's 3 train tickets. And, there's a tourism pamphlet for California.
California?
Well, it makes sense. It's much more progressive there than it is here.
So, Anna and Marcella want to go there to live their love freely.
Anne and Marcella, huh? You 3 are best pals now?
Well, after reading so much of their correspondence, I kind of feel like I know them, you know?
Yeah. But what about Mr. Morgan, though? I mean, Paul. How does he fit into all of this?
Turns out he's a big fan of Marcella.
Is she a celebrity or something?
More or less. She writes pulp fiction under a pseudonym. I think her books gave Paul a chance to get out of his own head while he was staying in a psychiatric hospital.
Huh, I see. He's still kind of a creep, though. Couldn't he have stuck to fan mail? Stalking her like that? That's going too far. And why did he have those pictures of you, anyway?
I guess we'll never know for sure, but I don't think it was ever about me.
It's always been about Anne and Marcella.
Exactly.
Well, it feels a tad anticlimactic, but who needs drama, right?
At least it made our day pretty interesting.
It sure did. You know, after today, I think I get why you're so interested in the lives our guests lead. I try to forget they exist as soon as I'm done interacting with them. But once in a while, it's nice to remember that, well, even the most put-together person could be an absolute mess on the other side of the door.
You're right. Everyone likes to put on a show, but none of us are actually perfect.
Yeah, it's a comforting thought. I knew you'd get it, Bean. Come see me when your shift ends, all right? We could leave together if you want.
Sure. If we're able to. With all that snow, I'm thinking maybe we'll have no choice but to spend the night here.
Ooh, a sleepover. We could set up a pillow fort on the mezzanine.
A pillow fort? We do work in a hotel, you know. There are actual beds here.
I know, but isn't my way so much more fun?
Well, we could take a page out of Michael's book and decorate it, and then spend the night throwing stuff at Bernard whenever he comes through the lobby.
Oh, now you're talking.
I just have to finish my tasks for the day, and then I can leave. That ringing. Sounds like the elevator doors are jammed. Mr. Cruz? Mr. Cruz. Oh God. Oh God. What happened? Mr. Cruz's life insurance policy. Why did he have this on him? Marcella? Okay, let's not jump to conclusions. Is this about Paul? Does that mean... Please let there be someone around who can help. Should I hold on to this, maybe? These look like Marcella's pearls. What happened here? Poor Paul. Lindsay's death really hit him hard. He hasn't been in the best headspace. So Paul just needed to pass the time while Marcella was away. That's why he was observing us. Paul was hiding out right here. Did he ever find the person who was sneaking out at night? "9:45? So Anne and Marcella met here this morning while I was busy cleaning room 504. Looks like Paul had to stop writing in a hurry. What happened? I was listening to the radio at the time. Did the music drown out the noise? Oh, so Paul's work with Marcella was to follow her around like a private investigator, to help her with research for her novel. A.B. and Beaumont. to get the power back on. It's too big. I guess I'll need something pointier. That worked, thank God. Now, to get the power back. Eugene, what I would give to have you with me right now. Your note will have to make do. How did this end up here? Not much use without the rest of the code. Yes, this is what I need. Power's back. Now I should go down to the lobby. Call the police. Is there anything I've forgotten? Once I leave this floor, I probably won't be able to come back. much use without the rest of the code. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Montreal Police Service, Station 22.
There's a man dead. He's been murdered. I need the police.
Please stay calm, ma'am. Where are you right now?
The lobby, but the body, it's upstairs.
Can you give me the address, please?
Oh, 1178 Drummond Street.
All right, ma'am. Officers are on their way.
Thank you. So Anne and Marcella really are planning to run off together. Was what happened to Hector part of their plan? Why does the VIP want to meet with Paul? Maybe he fell for his role-playing and wants to hire him as a private investigator. Bernard really wants Paul out of the hotel. Okay, I can see how this could make Paul look bad. But it's obvious Bernard cares more about the hotel's reputation than the guests' well-being.
Oh, hey you. Great timing, right? I'm thinking if we're lucky, Bernard will let us go home. No point in working in the dark. Sophie? Bean, you're not scared of the dark, are you? Hey, is everything okay?
I found Mr. Cruz. Hector.
Oh, you did? What was the bloke up to?
You don't understand. I found his body. He's dead, Beth.
Oh, merde. Merde. Sit down, okay? You look like you're about to faint. Have you called the police?
Yeah, they're on their way.
What happened? Was there an accident?
No, I don't think so. Someone did this to him.
You mean... Merde. Do you think it could have been Anne and Marcella?
What about Paul? He and Hector were caught fighting.
The cops will want to talk to you. Know what you've seen. You need to be careful about what you tell them. If word of Anne and Marcella's affair gets out, they may put a label on them that will really hurt them. It might not even matter in the end if they did it or not.
What are you saying?
It's just... cops like to go after people who are different. People like Anne, like Marcella, like me. You know, I was barely 20 when I was shoved into a police car for just hanging out with people who made me feel like I wasn't so messed up after all.
What? Where did that happen?
At a bar called the White Cat. It's supposed to be a safe space, but it gets raided by cops every now and then. I know Anne was caught at least once too.
Wait, you know her?
No, I've never talked to her, but I've seen her a few times. Marcella and her, they're just like me.
Thank you. Thank you for trusting me with this.
Maybe now you can understand why I care so much about you. I don't know if I'm feeling inspired by Anne and Marcella, or if it's the shock of being so close to an actual murder, but, I'd really like for us to be more than just friends, Sophie.
I'm not sure if I feel the same way or not.
Oh. Okay, yeah. I mean, you have a lot to think about already. I don't want to add to that. The police is here. Just be mindful of what you tell them, okay?
Yeah, of course.
Miss Roy? Miss Roy? Miss Roy!
Oh, sorry. I was distracted.
I really need you to focus right now. I don't want to be here all night, and I'm sure you don't either.
No, I don't.
So, as I was saying, we're trying to ascertain the circumstances of Mr. Cruz's death. Can you tell me how you came to find the body?
I was cleaning room 509 when I heard the elevator bell ring. Again and again and again. I thought maybe a child was playing with the doors, so I went out in the corridor, and that's when I saw him. All the blood and...
Why was the elevator bell ringing?
I'm sorry?
You said you heard the elevator bell ring. Why was it ringing? I assume it wasn't a child after all.
Well, Mr. Cruz's body was preventing the doors from closing.
Really? When we found the body, it wasn't that close to the doors.
Oh, the stairs are blocked because of the renovations, so the elevator's the only way out of the 5th floor. I had no choice but to move the body. Just a little.
Ah, so that explains the traces we found. Thank you for clearing that up. So, what did you do after that?
Well, that's when the power cut. So I had to go to the janitor's closet.
To access the fuse box.
Exactly. I changed a few fuses and turned the power back on.
But there's a lock on that box, isn't there? Did you have the key?
No, I didn't. Only Eugene does. but I thought an ice pick might do the trick, so I went to the ice machine to get one.
You're a size 7, I suppose.
Yes, I am. Why?
What did you see when you went to the ice machine?
There was blood. A lot of it.
Did you touch anything?
I might have touched a few things, just to figure out what had happened to Mr. Cruz.
Of course you did. Why so many witnesses can't help but compromise the evidence is just beyond me. Anyway, what did you do after restoring the power?
I took the elevator down to the lobby. That's where I called the police.
Do you remember what you said to the operator? The exact words.
No, I'm afraid I don't.
You said, there's a man dead. He's been murdered.
That's possible.
What makes you so sure it was murder?
I just assumed. What with all the blood.
I'm afraid I don't believe that, Miss Roy. It's more than an assumption, isn't it?
I'm not sure I understand what you...
I know you like going through your guests' personal belongings. We've found pictures of you snooping around.
Oh.
Now, unless you want me to arrest you for violating your guests' privacy, I suggest you tell me everything you know.
All right.
Let's start with the victim's wife, Marcela Cruz. Apparently, she left in quite a hurry this morning. What can you tell me about her?
She's having an affair, but it's not what you think. She's been in love with another woman since college. They've been apart for more than 10 years, and now
Yes, I know all about Mrs. Cruz and Mrs. Beaumont's sexual deviance. Have you ever witnessed them engaging in immoral behavior?
What do you mean?
I'm asking if you've seen them being, intimate.
No, I haven't. No.
And did you hear them discuss their deviant ways in front of Mrs. Beaumont's son, perhaps? Imagine what kind of effect such perversion can have on a young child.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Did you hear them express their hatred of men? Did they ever talk about using violence against men? Did you hear them speak ill of Mr. Cruz?
What are you trying to imply? That Mrs. Cruz killed her husband because she hates men?
I've seen it before from lesbians.
Oh, this has nothing to do with hate. It's about love. Not that you'd understand.
Oh, and you think you do? Then please, enlighten me.
She's brave enough to be with the one she loves. That doesn't make her a criminal. That doesn't mean she killed her husband.
I'm starting to worry you may be one of them, Miss Roy, since you're so eager to defend these
And I
demons.
worry about your ability to do your job, Detective, since you seem to be such a—
Enough! One more word, just one more word, and you'll be spending the rest of your night in a cell. Now get the hell out of here. I've had enough of you.
Bernard was strangely chipper on the phone. That can't be a good sign. I guess I'll know soon enough. The atmosphere is so different in here. Will it ever feel like it used to? Let's go see what Bernard wants. It'll probably be a while before the hotel reopens.
Ugh, go to hell.
Beth!
Hey.
Are you okay?
I'm out of a job. But other than that, yeah, everything's just peachy.
What? No,
I hope you're luckier than I am. Come join me when he's done with you, all right? I'll be questioning my life choices on the mezzanine.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Ah, Miss Roy. Come in. I suppose you know why you're here?
I would guess it has something to do with the murder.
Well, you'd be right about that. We've been getting a lot of press lately, and not the good kind. I wouldn't expect you to understand the position I'm in, but I assure you, it's quite uncomfortable. To have one's life's work blown away like that. All thanks to some sexual deviance and a nut job. It's obvious to me now that I haven't been firm enough. For guests of such morals to be comfortable booking a few nights here and committing such a horrid act. Things need to change. This means elevating our standards to the highest possible level, and it starts with the people working here. It starts with you.
With me?
Yes. From what I've heard, you've been quite the exemplary maid lately. Clean rooms, satisfied guests.
I take my job very seriously, sir.
As you should. We'll see for the future, but for now, you'll be allowed to continue working here.
Thank you.
I'm not done. The police have finished their investigation and left a mess on the 5th floor. I want you to clean it up.
You want me to go back there?
Yes. Why not?
I found a dead body on that floor. I'm not going back.
I'll make this simple for you. If you don't do it, you're fired.
You can't fire me. Because I quit.
Sure. I fire you, you quit. It's all the same to me. Just make sure to empty your locker before the end of the month. That'll be all.
Hey.
Hey.
What a week.
Yeah. So, what did Bernard want with you?
Well, he was being kind of a jerk, so I quit.
You what?
I quit. I figured there was no point in staying if you were leaving.
I appreciate the solidarity, but you really didn't have to do that.
I think it's for the best. Did Bernard say why he was firing you?
Ugh. He was going on and on about keeping deviants out of the hotel, so I may have lost my cool a little.
A little?
I told him I was one of those deviants he was so afraid of. He froze for a moment, then showed me the door.
So, what's next for you?
I think I'm done working under Bernard's or Linda's. Maybe it's time I become my own Bernard. Minus the fascism, of course. I could see myself owning my own establishment, one that caters to the right kind of crowd. Believe it or not, I do enjoy the company of people, just not, the stuck-up, entitled clientele of this prestigious hotel. But maybe if I were behind the counter of, say, a bar, instead of a reception desk. I don't know. Is that silly?
No, it's not. In fact, you'd be perfect for it. You're the most charming person I know.
Thank you. I'm really glad we're friends.
Me too. What do you think will happen to them?
Who?
Sorry, my mind wanders sometimes. I meant Paul, Anne, and Marcella. Do you think they'll be released?
Yeah, I think so. Paul will probably become a famed photographer. His portrait of you will be hanged at the Louvre, entitled The Inconspicuous Maid. It will sell for millions.
Is that so?
Yeah. And Anne and Marcella will ride into the sunset on the back of 2 Appaloozas, watching over their newly acquired ranch. They'll be constantly followed by their only sheep. They'll call him Paul, for old time's sake.
I like that. I just want them to be happy.
Me too.